The chandelier light sparkled above the grand lobby of the five-star hotel, casting golden reflections on the polished marble floor. Daniel adjusted his tie nervously as he held the hand of the young woman beside him. Her laughter was soft, her perfume intoxicating, but his heart pounded with a mixture of excitement and guilt. He wasn't supposed to be here. Not like this. Not with her. Daniel had been married for 12 years. On the outside, he was the perfect husband, the perfect businessman, the man with charm and money to make life appear flawless. But temptation had crept into his life slowly. Dinners with colleagues, late nights at the office, little secrets he told himself were harmless. Tonight was supposed to be an escape, just one night away from responsibilities, away from the woman who had sacrificed so much for him, away from the guilt that still gnawed at the back of his mind. He walked into the lobby with his mistress clinging to his arm, her high heels clicking confidently on the floor. He kept his head down, avoiding the staff, as though their eyes could burn through his polished image. Everything seemed perfect, until the elevator doors opened, and the world stopped. Standing at the reception desk, dressed in an elegant black suit that radiated authority, was his wife, Claire. Daniel froze. His breath caught in his chest. His legs wanted to move, but his body was paralyzed. Claire wasn't just standing there, she was speaking with the hotel manager, calmly giving instructions with a steady voice that carried across the room. For a moment, Daniel thought his heart might tear out of his chest. His mistress leaned closer, whispering, "What's wrong?" Daniel's lips trembled. He couldn't answer, because what he saw next shattered him entirely. The hotel manager smiled respectfully and said, "Yes, Mrs. Lawson, as the new owner, everything is ready for your review." Owner. The word echoed like thunder in Daniel's head. His wife, his quiet, selfless, endlessly supportive wife, was the new owner of the hotel. The same woman who had stood by him when his business failed years ago. The same woman who worked extra shifts at the hospital just so their bills would be paid. The same woman who never complained when he missed anniversaries, when he claimed he was too busy to notice her sacrifices. She had quietly built her own success, away from his shadow, away from his ego. And now, here she was. Not as the woman waiting at home, but as the woman in charge. The woman with power, respect, and dignity shining brighter than the chandeliers above. Daniel felt his throat tighten as Claire turned her head slightly. Her eyes met his. Time slowed. There was no anger in her gaze. No fury, no raised voice, no public scene. Instead, there was something far worse, calmness. A knowing silence that cut deeper than any scream ever could. Her eyes carried a weight he could barely withstand, the weight of years of patience, love, and sacrifice, now balanced with quiet disappointment. His mistress, oblivious to the storm in his chest, tugged his arm. "Come on, Daniel, let's go upstairs." But Daniel couldn't move. Claire gave a polite smile to the hotel manager, finished her conversation, and walked away with the grace of someone who no longer needed explanations. She didn't demand answers. She didn't plead for loyalty. She simply carried herself like a woman who knew her worth, someone who had given kindness, loyalty, and love freely, only to be met with betrayal. Daniel's world collapsed in that instant. His mistress's laughter sounded hollow, her perfume suffocating, her presence suddenly meaningless. The glittering chandeliers above no longer dazzled, they mocked him. For the first time in years, he saw clearly, and in that clarity Daniel realized what he had lost.